Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Conversations, Listening and Speaking Practice. I'm Amelia, and as always, I've got my awesome co-host Michael with me. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Amelia, hey listeners. It's great to have you all back with us. We've got something special in store for you today.
Yes, we do. But before we jump in, we just want to say a huge thank you to all of you out there.
Absolutely. The support, messages, and stories we receive from listeners around the world, it's incredible. It really keeps us motivated.
When we see how much you're enjoying the podcast, it truly inspires us to keep creating valuable content.
And a big shout out to those of you who've been sharing our episodes with friends, family, and even on social media. You're helping more people learn English, and that's amazing.
We appreciate every single one of you. You're part of the English Leap family, and we're so glad you're here. Now, let's keep this great energy going. Today, we're focusing on something every language learner needs: listening skills.
Listening is such a key part of learning English, but it's often overlooked.
Exactly. It's usually the first skill we start with, but we don't always give it the attention it deserves. So today, we're diving into why it matters and how you can improve it, step by step. Michael, let me ask, has there ever been a time you didn't understand every word someone said, but you still got the meaning?
Oh, for sure. Just last week, I was chatting with a friend who speaks really quickly. I definitely didn't catch every word, but I still understood what he was saying overall.
That's such an important point. Listening is not about understanding every single word. It's about catching the context and main ideas.
Right. And that's something our listeners can relate to. When you start realizing you can follow conversations without needing every detail, it feels like a big win.
Today, we're going to help you build on that and gain even more confidence when listening, especially in more challenging situations.
Quick reminder before we continue, there's a free PDF with today's key points. You can find it in the description. It's a great way to follow along or review later.
Let's start by looking at why listening is such an important skill.
Well, listening really is the foundation of language learning. Think about it. When you were a baby, you listened before you ever spoke.
Exactly. Listening helps you hear how words are pronounced, how sentences flow, and it even teaches you the rhythm of the language.
And it connects to other skills too. Speaking, reading, writing, it's all connected.
In everyday life, we're constantly listening to coworkers, friends, or even shows and movies. So improving your listening makes a big difference.
Now, a common challenge for learners is understanding native speakers. They speak fast, use slang, and sometimes it feels like a blur.
Definitely. The speed and different accents can be overwhelming at first. But the good news? The more you listen, the easier it becomes.
You start picking up on patterns, sounds, and even slang expressions. It's just a matter of time and practice.
And that brings us to a key distinction: hearing versus listening.
Yes, we hear things all day long, but active listening means focusing, trying to understand, and remembering what's said.
Exactly. When I was learning Spanish, I had to make an effort to really listen, not just let the words pass me by.
It's a skill you build over time, and when you listen well, it helps in conversations, relationships, and just navigating everyday life. So, Jennifer, what do you think is one of the hardest parts of listening in English?
I'd say definitely the speed of native speakers and their accents. That can be really tough, especially for beginners.
Agreed. And don't forget idioms. Native speakers love using them, and they don't always make literal sense.
Like it's raining cats and dogs. That would be so confusing if you didn't know the meaning.
And then there's background noise, which makes things even harder. But we've got some helpful tips to tackle all of this. How to improve your listening skills.
Let's start with the basics. A great way to practice is by listening to slower or learner-friendly audio, like podcasts or audiobooks.
Exactly. YouTube has some great channels with clear, slow English. That's perfect for building confidence.
Subtitles can be a game changer too. Start with English subtitles. Then try watching without them.
I love watching videos more than once. You'll catch things the second or third time that you missed before. Haha. Dot.
And remember, focus on keywords. Even if you miss a few words, the key ones will help you get the gist. Recommended resources.
My go-to resource? Podcasts. There are tons made just for English learners.
Yes, and audiobooks are great too. Start with beginner-friendly ones and move up as you get more confident.
TV shows and movies in English are another fun way. Start simple, then challenge yourself.
And gradually reduce your dependence on subtitles. That helps your brain focus on listening instead of reading. Interactive exercises. Let's talk techniques. Ever tried the shadowing method, Daniel?
I have. It's where you repeat what someone says right after hearing it. It helps with pronunciation and rhythm.
Exactly. Don't worry about being perfect. Just keep practicing and listening actively.
Dictation is another great one. Pause an audio clip and write down what you hear. Then check it for accuracy.
And afterward, try summarizing it in your own words. It's a great way to check your understanding. Dealing with accents.
Accents can be tricky, but they're part of real-world English.
British, American, Australian, even regional accents in one country can sound totally different.
Expose yourself to all of them. Listen to interviews, news, or even travel videos to hear various styles.
It takes time, but your ear will adjust. Be patient with yourself. Connecting, listening, and speaking. Remember, listening and speaking go hand in hand.
Totally. The more you listen, the more natural your speaking becomes.
Practice with a language partner if you can, or mimic native speakers from videos or movies.
That might feel silly at first, but trust me, it works. You'll sound more fluent and confident. Final thoughts.
And one last thing, be patient with yourself. Progress takes time.
Yes, you won't understand everything overnight, but keep going. Every small win matters.
Celebrate the moments you recognize a word, catch a new phrase, or follow a fast conversation. That's progress.
And real-life listening? That's the ultimate test and reward.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "What does that mean?" It's all part of learning.
Exactly. Stepping out of your comfort zone helps you grow.
That wraps up our main discussion for today. But now it's time for our favorite segment, the Vocabulary Spotlight with Charlotte.
Yep, she's going to break down key words and expressions from today's episode. Take it away, Charlotte.
Charlotte's segment remains unchanged as it already differentiates clearly and functions as a standalone part.